ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Many times we hear this question. Many newcomers will ask this question. Who comes from whom? Vishnu comes from Krishna or Krishna comes from Vishnu? And I always ask, which Vishnu are you talking about? Then they ask, कितने Vishnu हैं? कितने हैं? 3 Vishnus are there. Let's understand that how this expansion takes place. See, from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the source of everything, from him comes the first expansion, and his name is Balram. And from Balram comes the first expansion called Adi Chaturvyuha expansion. Adi Chaturvyuha means 4 personalities. Who are the 4 personalities? Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha and Vasudeva. All of you are with me? Okay. And from Sankarshan, we have Narayan. And from Narayan comes Dvitiya Chaturvyuha expansion. Now the names are same again. Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha and Vasudeva. Now from this Sankarshan or Mahasankarshan comes 3 Vishnus. First is Mahavishnu, who is also called as Karnodakshayi Vishnu. And from him comes the next one, called Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And from him comes the next one, Shirodakashayi Vishnu. I think इतना explain करने के बाद लोग कहेंगे हाँ ठीक है ब्रो समझ गए, Krishna is the Supreme Personality. And actually, this is the thing, that when you understand the technicalities of the Shastra, Tattvataha, in truth, naturally it's very easy for us to have faith that how Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. At times we see even devotees, for that matter even sometimes initiated devotees, they are double-minded in terms of, should I worship only Krishna or should I have other Devi Devtas also, or should I have this also, that also? That just goes on to say one thing, that your Sambandha Gyan is not clear. Sambandha Gyan means who is Krishna? Who am I? What's my relationship with Krishna? So once this funda is clear that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and from him comes all the incarnations, then it's very easy to take up to devotional service very, very seriously with one pointed focus. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Ekala Ishwara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya Jare Jaiche Nachaye Se Taiche Kare Nritya. So when it comes to the Lord, he is Ekala Ishwara. He is the only controller. I mean the supreme controller. And Lord controls all of us as various different entities. And one of the important controller is Maya. And see, same thing Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. Maya Dhyakshena Prakriti. Under my supervision she works. इसलिए ना हिंदी में कहते हैं कि भगवान के कृपा के बिना एक पत्ता भी नहीं हिल सकता. People say sometimes like that. Why? Because everything in this world is controlled by Maya and Maya is controlled by Krishna. And one fascinating thing is, by the way, we all are controlled by Maya, so we are controlled by Krishna. But the most fascinating thing is, all the incarnations of the Lord are also controlled by Krishna. How's that? Such a wonderful thing. All the incarnations, which come from him, they are also controlled by Krishna. How he controls? And this shloka says, Jare jaiche nachaye se taiche kare nritya. The way the Lord makes them dance, everyone dances on that tune. Our Prabhupada also writes, no? Nachao, nachao, nachao se mate. Oh Lord, make me dance, make me dance, make me dance as you like. What does that mean? That I am your instrument. Use me as you want. Similarly, all the incarnations, they act as an instrument of the Lord. Very difficult to understand. They're Krishna only, but then they're acting as instrument of the Lord and they're dancing the way the Lord makes them dance. So when it comes to Mahavishnu, the first Purusha avatar who comes from Sankarshan, his job is very, very crucial. What he does, he is the one on the causal ocean. And there's nothing else. There's something called as Pradhan. Pradhan means 24 elements. Undifferentiated 24 elements. You all know 24 elements? Okay, tell me what are 24 elements? Okay, 5. Pancha Mahabhut, earth, water, fire, air, ether. What's that? 5? 5 senses. Ears, nose, tongue, skin and eyes. Okay, so 10 ho gaya. And? Okay, 5 working senses. Hands, legs, speech, genitals, rectum. Yes, anus and rectum. Kitna hua? 15. What else? Okay, mind, intelligence, false ego. How many? 18. Arey, abhi bacha hua hai. And? 5 sense objects. The sense object for eyes is vision or sight, form. For ears, sound. Nose, tongue, skin. How many? 23. Abhi bataiye. Last wala difficult. No, Jiva is not 24 elements. Huh? Consciousness also does not come into it. Huh? Pradhana? Okay. So, when Mahavishnu, when he is there alone, he sees something called as Pradhan. I'll come to the 24th element. So, all these 24 elements are together, undifferentiated. You cannot differentiate them. All the 3 modes, Sattva, Raja, Tama, they are all proportional, equal. None of them are higher or lower. And there's no time. So Mahavishnu, what he does is he glances on this Pradhan and he injects all the living entities. That is we. And when the living entities are injected, when he glances, time begins. And then along with that, 3 modes of material nature, they start working. Mode of goodness, passion, ignorance, everything begins. And at this point of time, when Mahavishnu exhales, then the universes come out from his body also, every pores of his body. Can you imagine so many things happening? So when Lord injected the living entities, so that Pradhan became very, very effulgent. And that is called as Mahat Tattva. And the 24th element is Mahat Tattva, that is given to each and every living entity. That's Mahat Tattva. So these are the 24 elements. And look at it, such a wonderful thing what Mahavishnu has done. He created this entire thing. So wonderful, no? Mahavishnu exhales. And then all the universes come out. And when he inhales, all the universes go in. Just think about it. When we exhale and inhale, kitna time lagta hai? We are so tiny, Baba, in this world. So tiny. Literally chutku. हमारा कुछ existence है ही नहीं. Okay, let's try to understand more. More we understand, naturally we become more humble. Now see, universe is created, but universe is empty. So at that time, this Mahavishnu, he expands and he enters each and every universe. He enters as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Now it's so nice, Prabhupada says, that when we sweat, say entire day we were sweating. So Prabhupada says, even a human being when he sweats, he can fill a small tumbler also. Yes, with his sweat. If he collects all of that, he can fill. He can fill a small glass or something like that. If a human being's perspiration can fill a small glass, so what's the problem? If Lord sweats and fills half of the universe, what's the problem? Why is it so difficult to accept? Yes. So Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, by his divine perspiration, he fills half of the universe. Now for us, perspiration means ganda. Yes. Our body is so dirty, I tell you. So dirty. Whatever comes out of the body is dirty. Yes. So when it comes to us, when we imagine such things, perspiration, it's so dirty. But actually when it comes to Lord, it's all divine. It's all fragrant. Therefore we understand that on this divine water, just filled half of the universe, which is called as Garbhodaka ocean, Lord is resting. Lord rests on Anantashesh. Now let's try to understand how the creation took place inside the universe. Now Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is resting and Lakshmi Devi is massaging his feet. And Srila Prabhupada says, look at our Lord, he's Swarat. He does not need help of his wife. She is there massaging his feet. But Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is not taking any help. And he himself gives birth to a lotus. And the lotus sprouts from his navel and it goes higher and higher and higher till the top of the universe. You all know what's the diameter of the lotus? With that we can measure the diameter of the navel of the Lord. Any idea what's the diameter of the lotus stem? 5th canto, just for our logical analysis, we can use this. 5th canto Shrimad Bhagavatam talks about entire Bhumandala. When it comes to Bhumandala, what's the diameter of the Bhumandal? It's huge. The diameter of Bhumandal, it says 5 billion yojanas. Or if you want to convert that into miles, so 1 yojana is 8 miles. So kitna hua? 40 billion miles. So that's the diameter of, diameter by the way, not circumference, diameter of the entire Bhumandala. So this lotus which has sprouted from the Lord's navel, the stem that is there, in that all the 14 planetary systems are situated. In that the middle one is Bhumandala, which is 40 billion miles. Now just think about, if the stem's width will be more. In that there is 40 billion miles of Bhumandala, फिर stem, फिर navel. ये बताइए भगवान का size क्या होगा फिर? Therefore, Shrimad Bhagavatam is infinite. When it comes to human beings, हम नहीं measure कर सकते, infinite. Navel की बात चल रही है केवल. Navel. Therefore, Kunti Maharani very beautifully she prays when Lord was leaving for Dwarka. So Kunti Maharani stopped, ruko. And he started offering prayers. She offered a very beautiful prayer. Please repeat. Namo Pankajanabhaya. Namo Pankajamaline. Namo Pankajanetraya. Namaste Pankajangraye. So she says that, oh Lord, your Nabhi, your navel is like lotus. Kyun na ho? Lotus hi nikla? From the navel, lotus has come out. What's wrong in saying that your navel is like lotus? Namah Pankajanabhaya. And then Lord wears beautiful garland of lotus flowers. Therefore, Namo Pankajamaline, his eyes are like the lotus petals. Namo Pankajanetraya. And then finally, Namaste Pankajangre. Directly then she goes to lotus feet and then she pays obeisances. Our Acharyas asked this question. अरे ये लोटस फीट से चालू करना चाहिए ना, ये नेवल से क्यों चालू की माता जी? कुंती माता जी, कुंती महारानी, why did she start from navel? Then our Acharyas say, she's auntie, no? She's Krishna's aunt. So she starts with lotus feet. Then maybe Krishna will feel a little hesitation or embarrassed. Why my aunt is looking at my feet? So she starts from navel and then she finally goes to lotus feet at the end. But anyways, the point is Lord's navel is compared to that of lotus, and look at how huge it is. How huge. See, when we're talking about Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's greatness, you should also try to comprehend the greatness of the source of Garbhodakshay Vishnu, going up Mahavishnu and then Sankarshan and Narayan and Sankarshan and Balram and then Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way, we'll be able to comprehend little about the greatness of Supreme Lord, that is Krishna. Now in this entire stem of the lotus, 14 planetary systems are situated. हम लोग कहाँ हैं? Huh? Middle. What is that called as? Sure, everyone? Okay. Sometimes devotees are in Swarga also. Swarga. We are in Bhumandal. Yes, we are in Bhumandal. Above this, we have 6. Below this, we have 7. Let me see if you all can name it in sequence. So above Bhumandala or Bhu, what do we have? Bhuvarloka. Above that? Swargaloka. Above that? Maharloka. Then? Janaloka. Tapaloka and Satyaloka. Who resides in Satyaloka? Brahma resides. So, the top of the lotus that is there. So, there we have Satyaloka. You can say like that. Okay, let's see the 7 below. So, we have Bhumandala and below? Atala. Then? Vitala. Sutala. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. So these are 7 below. In Naraklok kahan gaya? Naraklok kahan hai? So it's below Patal. So in the 14 planetary system, Narakloka is not included. So Narakloka is below all these 14 planetary systems. And Narakloka also, there are many, many planets. In that, there are 28 prominent hellish planets, which are very, what should I say, beautifully to nahi bol sakte. Very horrifyingly described in Canto 5, last chapter. अगर आप लोग को नहीं सोना है कभी रात को तो उसको पढ़ना सारा नींद उड़ जाएगा. Yes, Naraklok, 28 Naraklok. So now in this way we see that this entire stem and we have the lotus at the top. Now Lakshmi Devi is there massaging Lord's feet. Without her help, our Swarat Lord, independent Lord, from his navel came the lotus stem. On the lotus stem we have lotus. And in the middle of the lotus, the whirl of the lotus, there was a personality who took birth and his name is Brahma. So Brahma appeared on the lotus. We cannot imagine Brahma's situation. You know why? He is the only person in the entire universe. केवल अंधेरा, हर जगह पे केवल अंधेरा. He does not know what to do. He has just taken birth. There's no one around to acknowledge his birth also. I was just comprehending what was Brahma's situation. What might be Brahma's situation? Everywhere it's darkness, and then he's trying to look around, he's not finding anything. He's touching maybe around and then something soft, lotus. Just think about the situation. So at that time, it is described in Shrimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, Brahma, understanding that he is there on some world, somewhere. So he circumambulated, going around the space. And is moving his eyes so fast, Bhagavatam says, that in 4 directions he developed 4 heads. So he was not born with 4 heads. He developed 4 heads with the 4 directions. And for your information, our Brahma, or by the way, our universe is the smallest universe. इसलिए हमारे ब्रह्मा का केवल 4 सिर है. And when it comes to other universes, they are very big it seems. And Brahmas have 8 heads, 16. Now don't say how is it possible, because the next numbers which I'll say is very difficult to digest. 1,000, 1 lakh, 1 billion and so on. उतने बड़े-बड़े universes. All these universes have come from whom? Karnodakshaya Vishnu, Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu has come from? Sankarshan from Sankarshan, from Balram, and Balram comes from Krishna. My God, look at this. And you know what is the proportion of material creation and spiritual creation? Material creation constitutes 1/4. Ek paad vibhuti, 1/4 of Lord's creation, and 3/4 is spiritual world. 1/4 अगर इतना बड़ा है, जो हम सोच भी नहीं सकते. Just imagine how great and how big the spiritual world will be. And all this comes from Krishna, and Krishna is telling this in Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, shloka number 8. What's the shloka? Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarva pravartate iti matva bhajante ma bodha bhava samanvitah. Our Lord is saying, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, hey Arjuna, everything has come from me. Spiritual worlds, material worlds, everything has come from me. I am that eternal source. And there he says very important thing. Those who are intelligent, who accept this fact, they worship me. They are the ones who worship me. Therefore, when we read Shastra properly, then we'll get clarity of Sambandha Gyan, that who is Krishna. How he is that eternal supreme personality of Godhead. And look at our Brahma, he got 4 heads, he's just moving around and he got 4 heads. आप लोग ट्राई मत कीजिए, अपने साथ कुछ नहीं होगा. 4 heads he got. And after that it is described that he himself couldn't understand what's going on. And suddenly there were huge winds that started blowing. Huge water waves that he was able to perceive. And the lotus the stem started moving, it seems, shaking. See, he's the only person, Haribol. He's the only person. Abhi wo help karega to kaun aayega wahan? You can imagine a situation. Then what he did was, he started contemplating. Who am I? Who am I? And Brahma's situation is, there is no Gita course class where he can be invited to have a session on who am I. He is the only one. He is wondering out of ignorance that who am I? And where from this lotus has sprouted, there must be something downwards. And it is described that Brahma, he started contemplating and he started going down the stem. And I was very amazed to know that for many yugas, Brahma was going down like that to see. You can imagine. But he was not able to find the root. Sometimes people say, ढूंढने पर भगवान भी मिल जाते हैं. यार कहाँ मिले इनको? कुछ भी मतलब. That's Mayavad, That's a philosophy which is atheistic, that you search and you will get it. No, it's not like that. You can search and depend on the Lord and wait for the Lord to reveal. And here, Brahma was trying his best by his own endeavor to find the root of the lotus. And here we understand that after finally going for a long time, he comes back and he sits on the lotus. कुछ नहीं कर सकता है, वो एक ही चीज है उनके पास अभी. He goes and sits on the lotus. And then it is described that when he was sitting on the lotus, at that time, by the inspiration of the Lord, he started doing tapasya, he started doing meditation. Tapa. He started doing tapasya. And when he started doing tapasya, it is said at the end of 100 years of Brahma, when his meditation was complete, at that time, Lord revealed himself to Brahma. So one point is very clear for all of us. Forcefully, we can never attain the Lord. Kuch bhi kar lo. Do whatever you want. Forcefully, we can never attain the Lord. Many times devotees try their best to chant. Forcefully try to hold and hear. Sometimes this happens, no? Our rounds have been completed very nicely one day. And second day, next day, then you think, kal kya kiya tha maine? Let's do the same thing again. And you try your best. But can we chant the same way that we did? His techniques don't work. Same thing happened with Narada Muni. Narada Muni, when he was there in the forest meditating, he got darshan of the Lord in the heart. And Lord disappeared. Narada Muni went mad. See, हमें ये सब समझेगा नहीं. भगवान का दर्शन कभी किए नहीं. And best part is हमें कुछ फर्क भी नहीं पड़ता उससे. दर्शन करो नहीं करो. Yes. But personalities like Narada Muni who have got darshan of the Lord, and when the darshan is not there, he went mad and he started forcing himself. Again he started trying to do the same meditation. that he was doing. And at that time, there was Akashvani which said, "Hey Narada, in this life you will not be able to see me again. Only if Lord reveals, we will be able to perceive the Lord." And therefore in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Rupa Goswami, he says, please repeat, Atha Shri Krishna Namadi Na Bhaved Grayam Indriye Sevon Mukhe Jivhado Swayam Eva Spuratyada. So here it is said that you cannot capture the Lord by your blunt senses. You cannot. But only when Lord reveals himself to you, being pleased with your service which begins with your tongue. With the tongue, what service we do? Good, you said chanting. Yes, first comes chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then comes prasad. Yes. So when someone does service to the Lord by chanting the holy names and accepting only prasad and various other services after that, being pleased with the devotee, Krishna reveals himself to that devotee. Being pleased with Brahma's tapasya, Krishna, in the form of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, revealed himself to Brahma. Now in the meditation, Brahma could see. What he could see? He could see the huge, gigantic water body. On that he could see huge, gigantic personality, white colored. Who was he? Anantashesh. Anantashesh. So he saw a bed, white color bed. So try to be with Brahma. He'll be able to understand. So Brahma is seeing this first. He's seeing Sheshanag. And on that he saw the personality of Godhead lying alone. And the whole atmosphere is illuminated. See, after all, Lord is self-effulgent. So the effulgence that comes from the Lord's body, that was all making it all effulgent. And his ornaments on top of that, they were all effulgent. That dissipated all darkness that was there around. So Brahma is seeing all this in meditation. And now it is described that when it comes to Lord, he is compared to a mountain. So when it comes to the mountains, there's something called as coral mountains. It's very beautiful, corals on the mountain or something like that. So it is described the Lord's transcendental body, whatever lustre was there on the body of the Lord, that was mocking the lustre of the corals on the mountain. And then it is described that the Lord was wearing yellow dress, yellow or pitambara vastra. That was looking so beautiful. And then it is described the gold on the top of the mountain, that was nothing in front of the beautiful helmet that the Lord was wearing, the beautiful crown that Lord was wearing. And then all the other jewels which are there on the body of the Lord, they're all teasing the various different wonderful entities on the mountain. And here very nicely it is described that Lord's gigantic body, his hands and legs decorated with jewels, pearls, tulsi leaves and flower garlands. All this our Brahma is seeing. And along with that, Brahma sees a very nice thing. When Brahma is taking darshan like this, Lord did something very special. Pumsam swakamaya vivikta margai abhyarchatam kam dugangri padmam pradarshayantam kripaya nakhendu mayukha bhinnanguli charu patram. When Brahma is taking darshan of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, you know what Lord did? Lord raised his foot and showed it to Brahma. And Brahma is seeing the beautiful lotus foot of the Lord. And what is he seeing in that? It was described. He saw, firstly, that's beautiful lotus-like. And he saw moon-like various different nails of the Lord. And the toe and the transcendental rays coming from the moon-like toenails and fingernails appeared like petals of the lotus flower. So the Lord himself, so very beautiful. And this was like blessing. Yes, you have my blessing. And after that, what else? Now, Brahma is looking at the face of the Lord. And when he's looking at the face of the Lord, see, first he saw the lotus foot. And from there, now he's looking at the face. And now the description of the face is given. Mukhena lokarti harasmitena parispurat kundala manditena shonaitena dharabimba bhasa pratyarhayantam sushena subhra. It is said that when he looked at the face of the Lord's face was smiling. The beautiful smile of the Lord, it destroys all the distress of the devotees. Same thing even gopis in Sri Vrindavan Dham in Gopi Gita, they're singing this. That, oh Lord, your beautiful smile, it destroys the darkness, that is pride of the devotees. So here, it is destroying the distress of the devotees. And also it is described very beautifully that he was beautifully decorated with kundal and he was decorated with various other ornaments. His lips were glittering, his nose was glittering, and his eyebrows were extremely looking beautiful. Srila Prabhupada, when he describes about conquering lusty desires, Srila Prabhupada says that when you take darshan of the Lord, you can observe the beautiful eyebrows of the Lord. His eyebrows of the Lord are so beautiful that you can conquer your lust just by looking at the eyebrows of the Lord. This is a solution that Prabhupada gives in one of the places in Bhagavatam. Okay, what else Lord is wearing? Kadamba kinjalka Vishanga vasasa Swalankritam Mekhalaya nitambe Hare chananta Dhanena vatsa Shrivatsa vakshaha Sthala vallabhena. So it is at Kadamba Kinjal Kapishanga Vasasa. So the yellow cloth that Lord was wearing, it was resembling the saffron dust particles of Kadamba flower. Then Swalankritam me kalayanitambe. And Lord was wearing a beautiful belt. Yes. And that was the golden belt. When it comes to our Krishna, he wears a belt. The small bells around that belt. That's the description that comes in the Shastra. Harena chananta dhanena vatsa. And here it is described that he was wearing very, very beautiful. By the Shrivatsa Vaksha Sthalavallabhena. He had the Shrivatsa mark. You know Shrivatsa? What is that? The golden stripes or golden hair on the chest of the Lord. Where? Right, left, center? Right of the chest. So Shrivatsa mark. Who resides there? Lakshmi Devi resides there. And he was wearing various necklaces. Unlimited value. How can you try to understand the value of the transcendental golden necklaces of the Lord? For sure, much greater than 24 karat. No doubt about that. Yes. And now in this way, there's a beautiful description that goes on and on. And when Brahma saw all these wonderful things, so that time Brahma started offering prayers. Brahma started offering prayers looking at the beautiful form of the Lord. And he started glorifying the Lord at how he is the creator. Who is saying? Brahma is saying. In this world, people feel that Brahma is creator, Vishnu is maintainer, and Lord Shiva is destructor. Yes. But actually the fact is, Lord is the creator. And who is saying this? Brahma is saying that, oh Lord, you are the creator. And he goes on glorifying the beauty of the Lord, his great potencies and his energies and his prowess, and on and on and on. Lord Krishna, or Lord Garbhodakshay Vishnu here in this context, was extremely pleased. And when he was extremely pleased, see, when Lord is pleased, it doesn't matter how manda buddhi you are, we'll get to know anything and everything of the entire creation. For example, when Dhruva Maharaj got darshan of the Lord, so that time Dhruva is just 5 years old boy. 5 years old boys, now they study ABCD? Yes. No? Higher than that? Yes. Johnny or something. Yes. So just imagine Dhruva, just 5-year-old boy. He hardly knows anything, but he has a desire that he wants to offer prayers to the Lord. And Lord, what he did, he was so pleased with Dhruva's tapasya. He took his shankar, he touched on the head of Dhruva. And without going to school, he started glorifying the Lord with choicest prayers, Uttama Shloka prayers. Very, very choicest prayers. You can go through the set of prayers which Dhruv Maharaj has offered. Same thing with Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj came and Lord Nrsimhadev kept his hand on Prahlad Maharaj's head. And Prahlad Maharaj, shloka after shloka after shloka. 7th canto Shrimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, it's very important that without the mercy of the Lord, nothing we can understand in this world. Nothing. Therefore, it is said, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahitar Pravartan. Without the mercy of the Lord, without Krishna Shakti, never it's possible that we sadhakas will be able to do anything in Krishna consciousness. Basic chanting or be it preaching to others. Everything, right from basic till the top, everything needs Lord's mercy. And here Brahma, he pleased the Lord, and when Lord was pleased, he inspired Brahma. And what did Lord give to Brahma? Very beautiful, it is described in first canto, first chapter, first shloka. Janmadyasya tonvayaditaratas charthe svabhignaswarat tene brahmaradaya adikavaye muyanti yatsuraya tejo varimridam yatha vinimayo yatratra sargo mrisha dhamna svena sadanirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. So this entire shloka, there's one line which comes. Adi Kavi. And who is that Adi Kavi? Adi Kavi is Brahma. And Lord gave the knowledge in the heart of Brahma. So this is a very beautiful thing that we understand. That when Lord is pleased, He can reveal anything and everything to anyone who has pleased Him. Therefore, many times devotees ask, Prabhuji, hum sadhana kar rahe. Are we doing sadhana to go back home back to Godhead? What's the answer? Can we go back home back to Godhead doing sadhana? It's almost like saying the person is thrown in the middle of the ocean and he cannot see the land anywhere. And we are saying just by swimming he'll be able to reach the other side of the shore, the other side of the ocean. How is that possible? We are in this Bhavasagar, and this Bhavasagar a little bit sadhana, and we know what sadhana we do. We all know what sadhana we do, yes. I was talking to one devotee, I said how much time you give for sadhana? The devotee said 2 hours. 2 hours chanting mein lagta hai 16 rounds. मैं reading, hearing भी करता हूँ. मैंने कब? Simultaneously. So while chanting, I hear classes also. While chanting, I read Shastra also. Amazing. Haribol. You're the candidate for back home. So when you're hearing or when you're reading and chanting simultaneously, it's aparadh for all the 3. Because you're not hearing properly, nor you're reading properly. What's the point? A very, very important thing to note, that just by our sadhana, we are not going to reach the ultimate destination. But we do our sadhana to tell the Lord, I really want you. Mujhse to nahi ho pa raha sadhana, but still I will try. Why I'll try? Because I really want you. This very life, I want to attain your lotus feet. Therefore, this much time I will dedicate for your service. Therefore, every single devotee should try their best, should dedicate maximum time in service of the Lord. अभी बाकी आप लोग ऑफिस का काम सब कैसे मैनेज करेंगे वो आप लोग देख लीजिए. मैं तो छोड़ के आ गया हूँ, मुझे कोई टेंशन नहीं. But it's very important. Maximum time of the day should be given in service of the Lord, wherein you prove to the Lord, I really want you, Lord. I want to attain your lotus feet. You have to prove. Sadhana, we are doing sadhana just to prove. Doesn't matter what is our health situation, what are we going through, what has happened in the family. Still, when you continue doing sadhana, you're proving it to the Lord. See, oh Lord, my situations are all chaotic, but still I'm doing it because I really want you. Really want you. Yes. So we are doing our sadhana for only one reason, to please the Lord. Hamesha yaad rakhiye. Just to please the Lord. Why are we doing preaching? Pehli baat to hum preaching karte nahi hai. It's the Lord who does through us. He is the one who inspires the other person. So why are we doing so much? Why are we doing preaching? Why are we doing this hard work and this and that? Just to please Guru and Krishna. Because we know if they are pleased, then there is some hope for us to attain perfection in life. Therefore, Brahma pleased Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. And Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, since he was pleased, He revealed the knowledge of creation in the heart of Brahma. And that's how this personality, the first living entity, he got to know how to do the creation in the entire universe. How to create various different bodies. How to situate them in which planetary system. Everything was revealed to him. Sometimes devotees, when they start their practice of Krishna consciousness, they're too inquisitive. Prabhuji, ye bhi bataiye, wo bhi bataiye, wo. See, especially now when I'm taking Bhakti Shastri classes and all that, Prabhuji, ye samajh nahi aaya, Prabhuji, wo samajh nahi aaya. At least theoretically, little bit are you able to understand? Little bit I'm able to, but not completely. Completely means time lagta hai. Now you hear 1 hour, 2 hour class and you understand everything. How is that going to happen? Right? Therefore, one thing is very clear. If you really want to understand the Lord, then He has to reveal Himself to us. Tabhi ho sakta hai, tabhi sambhav hai. And He'll reveal it to us only when we please Him. And here, Brahma, he is able to get the revelation. Very, very wonderfully, Brahma is able to get the revelation. And now Lord gives the knowledge to Brahma and Brahma does the creation. So all these different bodies those are there. How many bodies are available? I mean, how many species are available?
8,400,000.
Correct. 84 lakh species. Yes. 84 lakh species are available. Brahma has created these bodies of 84 lakh species. He is the one. Therefore, he is called as creator. But we devotees should understand that Brahma is not primary creator. He is secondary creator. अभी देखिए भगवान ने सारे ingredients दे दिया. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, everything. Krishna only gave the plan also. And Brahma is creating. So who became the primary creator? Krishna became the primary. He is the primary creator. And Brahma is the secondary creator. Now, when it comes to Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, he gave knowledge to Brahma and the creation took place. Now this Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, when the creation took place, I mean the secondary creation, he enters each and every atom as Paramatma, who is also known as Shirodakashayi Vishnu. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. He is there in each and every atom. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastha. He is there in each and every atom. So in this way, Lord entered each and every atom. He entered our hearts also. Okay, one question. How many Paramatmas are there in our body? Huh? One? What if you have a ghost in your body? Then two. Then two? How many? He's there in each and every cell. He's there in each and every entity of our existence. We cannot count. But he is the same one entity who is Shirodakshaya Vishnu, who lives where or who stays where? In which abode? Huh? The milk ocean. And where is that milk ocean? Near. Prabhuji ko sab pata. Near. Yes, it's in the pole star. The pole star Dhruv-loka. Yes. So in this way we see that Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, he enters as Shirodakashayi Vishnu. And Shirodakashayi Vishnu is the one who is considered to be the maintainer of the entire universe. Can you imagine Paramatma sitting in our heart and maintaining our entire existence? Entire, gross, subtle, spiritual, everything. He is the one who maintains. Therefore, in this way we understand from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu came Brahma. From Garbhodakashayi Vishnu came Shirodakashayi Vishnu. And from Brahma comes Rudra or Lord Shiva. You all know how Lord Shiva manifested? Lord Brahma created 4 Kumaras. And Brahma said, 4 bete na? Brahma said, beto jaake shaadi karo. Go and get married and fill the universe with population. The universe is empty. And the 4 intelligent boys, they said, hum ye sab jhamele mein nahi phas rahe. And you know what they did? They cursed themselves. That may we always remain 5-year-old. Only when we grow up and we become mature, then we'll get us married, no? We'll remain like this only. And they always remain like that. They don't wear clothes also. 5-year-old kids, it doesn't matter. So in this way, they curse themselves that we remain 5-year-old. At that time, Brahma, he got angry. There were some times when our boys, when they want to join Brahmachari ashram, when they come and they say that, Prabhuji, हमारे घर पे कोई problem नहीं होने वाला है. I'll join Brahmachari ashram and everything will be fine. I say, how is it possible? Brahma got angry. And the 4 Kumaras wanted to join Brahmachari ashram. What, your parents are greater than Brahma or what? Yes. Brahma got angry. But see, Brahma is next level entity. He is the first personality. He didn't show his anger. But it came out from his forehead in the form of Rudras. And they were all crying. Therefore, Brahma said, you're doing Rudan, therefore your names are Rudras. And out of them, one is Lord Shiva. So in this way, from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, we have these 3 personalities. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And these 3 are called as Guna Avatars. And these 3 are considered as the Trinity in our, what do you call it, Sanatan Dharma. These 3 personalities, they call Trinity, yes. So we call Brahma as creator, Vishnu as maintainer, and Lord Shiva as destroyer. But Brahma is secondary creator. Obviously, Vishnu is the maintainer. By the way, there is no difference between Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Shirodakshaya Vishnu, the same personalities. Yes. And now when it comes to Lord Shiva, now let's try to understand about that. Another very important point, in this universe, whichever incarnations come, they come through Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and through Shirodakshaya Vishnu and they manifest. Except few incarnations or few avatars. Firstly, when Lord Krishna comes himself, he does not come through anyone. He comes directly. When Lord Ram comes, he comes directly. When Lord Narasimha comes, he comes directly. But whereas various other incarnations, they come through Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and through Shirodakshaya Vishnu in this universe. Now, what is the duration of one day of Brahma? 1000 Chatur Yugas, Divya Yugas, correct? 1000 Divya Yugas. One Divya Yuga is 43 lakh years and you multiply it by 1000. That's one. Is that one day? 12 hours. That is 12 hours. Multiplied by 2. That is night. So now when Brahma's 12 hours get over, so that time, Brahma ko bhi to rest chahiye na, Hari bol. Yes. So Brahma has to sleep. So when Brahma goes to rest, it is described, the lower planetary systems till Swargaloka, all of that gets annihilated. This is called as partial annihilation. So at the end of the day of Brahma, partial annihilation takes place. Abhi time hai uske liye bahut. So be peaceful. So partial annihilation. Now in this, when partial annihilation happens, it is described that the entire universe. So I was reading 12th canto, in that I'll read it as it is. This is called Naimittika or occasional annihilation, during which the original creator, Lord Narayan, lies down upon the bed of Ananta Shesh and absorbs the entire universe within himself while Lord Brahma sleeps. Yes. Now, when the day of Brahma begins, so that time again Brahma wakes up and again he has to do entire creation. So this is what he does. In 12 hours, he does the entire creation like that. A question again. So we said primary creator is Krishna or Vishnu and Brahma is secondary creator. And from here we understand the primary annihilator is also the Lord. Yes. And when the Lord decides to have the annihilation, so at that time Lord Shiva comes. Then he does this Tandam Nritya and fire everywhere, water everywhere, and then that's how the entire means till Swargaloka, the entire thing gets filled with water and the destruction takes place. So can you imagine, in this way, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu has so many roles to play. When our elephant devotee, what is his name? Gajendra. When Gajendra is offering prayers, he mentions about this. Yasvatmanidam nijamaya kvachat vibhatam kvachatat tirohitam avidyadik sakshu bhayam tadikshate saatma mulo vatumam paratparah. So Gajendra is saying, oh Lord, your leelas are really amazing. You are the one who create kvachit vibhatam. You are the one who destroy kvachatat tirohitam. So sometimes people ask, why Lord does all this? It is Lord's Leela. And it's Lord's pleasurable Leela. ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत मेहनत लग रहा है उनको. I always give this example of small kids on the seashore making sand castle. Have you seen small kids making sand castle? So normal kids, when they're there on the seashore, they make that sand castle. And while making, you will see they're so happy. They'll make and then they'll put road and this and that. And they'll make for hours together at times. And then parent would say, chalo, chalo, late ho raha, let's go. The car is waiting for us, we have to go. And the kids, with what pleasure and happiness they made, with that same pleasure, they jump on it, destroy, and then they leave that place. So, दोनों में खुश थे वो. While creation also they're happy, destruction also they're happy. Similarly, when it comes to our Lord, this is the pleasure, Leelas, which He does. He creates, He destroys. It goes on like that. But in this creation and destruction, one thing that we need to understand is, Lord gives us a platform by which or through which we can practice devotional service and break the cycle of birth and death and go back home, back to Godhead. Why annihilation is needed? Why is it that we also have annihilation of this body? Because if the body becomes eternal, our sense gratification also will become eternal. So Lord puts an end called death. Next end that He puts is partial annihilation. Next is complete annihilation. And again the creation begins. In this way, this entire material world is created for all of us for one reason, so that we all can purify ourselves and make our way back home, back to Godhead. So in this way, when someone asks you, who is supreme, Krishna or Vishnu? I think you all know how to begin the class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki